Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name's P-Tay.
I'm Sam.
So we thought a great way to start out would be to do the husband tag so that way you can learn more about us. So we got married in October on the 19th, so we're newlyweds. But anyways, so if you don't know about the boyfriend tag, or not boyfriend tag, husband tag, we are professionals now. Just kidding. If you don't know about the husband tag, pretty much I'm gonna ask Samuel here some questions about like our relationship, about me, and we'll see if he gets them right. Okay, so question number one. How did we meet?
We met, I believe we first met unconsciously. Our first track meet. So it'd be your sophomore year, my junior year, at our college league meet. And I always knew about this girl that they would always talk about that was just incredible at long jump. It would always beat everybody out of the water. So I took note and kind of moved on with my life. And she saw me high jumping and long jumping.
At the meet, I remember seeing Sam. Like, you really can't miss him. He's like, you can't see it because he's sitting down, but he's almost 6'5". He has red hair. He's smoking hot. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. But
light as a ghost.
Light as a ghost. But yeah, I remembered seeing him as well. And like, it was towards the end of like high jump. So he was one of the last high jumpers. And I remembered seeing him when I was long jumping, and I was like, he's a fine piece of man. But anyways, so continue, sorry.
I think that's when we first realized each other existed.
Yeah.
And then, so I had previously worked at a camp in Michigan called Gull Lake Ministries. And so I had worked the summer before, so that would have been the summer of 2016 was my first summer. And then summer of 2017, which is a few months after that meet that I just talked about, started another summer. And I was working there again, and there was two girls that came late. It started maybe May 21st, and they got there on like the 26th maybe. And at first, because her name's P-Tay Saka, and my initial thought, I don't know why this was, I thought there's this Indian girl that was gonna be at camp, and then so that's when we first met and started talking to each other, because they do a thing at camp called 60-second dating, where you go around a circle. There's girls on the outside, guys on the inside, and the guys will turn every 60 seconds to a different girl. And she doesn't remember that we did this, but I did.
Yeah, I don't at all. I mean, I slightly do, but Sam you will learn as time progresses. Sam is just really good with like small details, and I'm just like hopping my way through life, just picking the roses, but anyways.
But yeah, so that's, I guess, where we first met. And first took note of each other. And then as that summer went along, we became more friends. We were just kind of silly with each other. Yeah. Being weird, and
we're both pretty weird people, so we had the same sense of humor, which was really cool. But good answer. Okay, so next question is, what was your first opinion of me? Which kind of, you already answered this a little bit, but I mean.
So you will learn that I have a term for P-Tay, and that is a dink. There's no dictionary definition of a dink or what that is. All you have to do to know what a dink is look right here. And just kind of dinky, like just living her life, not really having a bunch of cares, but just living life and loving people and being friendly, but also just la-di-da-di-da. And so I knew you were very funny, and knew you were very athletic.
Thank you.
And
that's really sweet.
Attractive and whatnot, we just clicked, and I knew you were weird like me, and so I know what the term is now is dinky, but you're just
Good answer. Okay, so next question is, when did you know I was the one? Or when did you know you wanted to move forward with me from like dating to like engagement and marriage, I guess I should say.
So my main thing that I was looking for in a wife was somebody who loved Jesus Christ with their whole entire heart and was pursuing him with everything they had. And I saw that in Plymouth State, and I saw that she loved Jesus, but I also saw that she was also very funny, and we had the very similar sense of humor. We could just laugh, and I saw that in my parents' relationship, and that was something I very much aspired to have in my future marriage, was just a partner, a wife who could laugh with me. I don't know if I could say ever that I knew that there was one moment where I was like, oh, she's the one, because I think it was over a very long period of time that I got a good feel for her and how she interacted and how she was. And yeah, I mean, it was mostly just her pursuit of Christ and her ability, her humor, and her kind nature that she loves people, and she puts people before herself. And those were probably the traits that I saw that I knew I wanted in a wife.
Okay, how long? Okay, I'm gonna actually. Who said I love you first? Let's do this question.
So, Lindsay will say that I said I love her first. So we were at this Mexican restaurant.
I will say. Oh.
And at this point, we were very careful about saying I like you and I love you, and just realizing the gravity of what it means to say I love you.
Yeah.
And probably 3 months into our relationship, we went out with her sisters and her brother-in-law to go and get Mexican food. And this was the first time I was meeting her sister and her brother-in-law. And yeah, we were joking around, and I think I was in my mind, I was gonna say I like you, or she made some joke, and I
was being very dramatic in a funny way. Like, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I was like, oh wow, so apparently you don't like me. And then he was like, I don't like you, I love you.
No, I don't think that's how it went. Because that would be very like conscious of me to say like I don't like you, I love you. I think it was. I think I just said I love you, and I was like not that I didn't feel that necessarily, but I kind of wanted it to be a more special moment, like for it to come out more consciously.
But it's okay. I liked it anyways.
But anyway, so I'm pretty sure I said it that way. But then later that day, we talked about it, and she said, I love you. So
it all worked out, didn't it?
She said it first consciously. I said it first unconsciously.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But it was, yeah. I guess it's a tie.
I guess we can say that. Okay, who wears the pants in the relationship? Just claim it.
Well, I want to say myself. I do. Like that I kind of hold that leadership position. But she may be very tiny, but she has a lot of fight in her, and she is a leader in her own rights. So she has had those positions in her life where she has had to be a leader, and so she's not afraid to take that position. And so I would like to say the majority of the time I probably am, but that's not to say that P-Tay does not take that role. And I don't know, I don't really like the term pants in the family, because I think that just notates who runs the family, who domineers the family. And I would like to say the way I lead, and I'm learning, but the way I would like to lead is to let her lead in her capabilities in the way she wants to be able to lead. But I know ultimately she respects me in the way that I lead, and she wants me to be the leader in the highest regard. And I seek to honor that.
Yeah, I think that's true. Because, like, I'm a little feisty little lady, but at the same time, like, Sam is really wise. Sam is very smart. And so sometimes I make decisions very, like, quickly. And I'm like, oh, let's do this. This is amazing. This is awesome. Like, Sam would say something really wise, and I just kind of was like, oh, that's fair, but I'm not sure about that. It turned out that his thinking was the right thinking, and that happens more often than I would like to say. But I like it when he does lead, even though in my own right, like in my own selfishness, I would like to lead. And also, like, with our faiths, I definitely believe that God made him the head of our household. And so I respect that a lot too. Yes, okay. Anyways, next question. What shoe size do I wear? This is kind of like
7.5.
Good job, honey. It'd actually be really sad if you didn't know that because we've been married for a hot second. So, next question. If I was a collector, what would I collect?
I would say, I don't know, probably clothing item. You kind of hop around with what you're kind of into.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
sometimes, like now, at this point in our lives, we moved into an apartment and stuff, and like lately she's been all over trying to find new furniture and stuff like that. So that's kind of been the thing that's been hit lately. I mean, probably overall, probably be some type of clothing, probably a dress or some type of shoe. But other than, as far as like knickknacks and stuff go, you're not really into those types of things, so.
Not really. When I was younger, I feel like I had a couple things that I was like, oh, that'd be cool, but yeah. I think you're right. I think that...
You know what she would collect? Carmexes, because she loses them all the time, and then she ends up finding them, so she has a little bit of a collection going on.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, yeah, this is the question I was going to ask and then I forgot. How long have we been married?
So, 4 months, and today is the first, so 4 months and 11 days.
Wow, I would have just said 4 months. I'm not a numbers gal, but good job. Okay. When did we go on our first trip together? Like, I would say road trip-esque or something like that, along the lines of that.
So we didn't really take many trips. So we were long distance. I was in Ohio. She was in Indiana.
Long distance. Woo! We'll do a
Yeah.
video on that in the future. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, but so we're about 3 hours away from each other. So many times I would drive 3 hours. She would drive here 3 hours. Sometimes I would pick her up 3 hours. So I don't know if that would classify as a road trip just because it was a very constant thing. It wasn't like a trip per se. It was kind of a necessary evil.
I thought you were gonna say, like, our first like actual road trip together was in last May. I had track and field nationals in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I thought you were gonna say that. And like,
yeah, I wouldn't classify that as a road trip though. So essentially, my brother and my other friend and I drove down to watch P-Tay and her brother compete, as well as my brother's fiance compete. And so we drove down there. P-Tay had already been down there with her team, and then on the way back, it worked out best for her to come back with us, and we dropped her off at her
in
house
Indiana before
in
they
Indiana.
came to Ohio.
So I don't know. I would not claim that as a road trip because I think a road trip it's not just the trip. I think it's the whole idea of a trip. You go, you stay, you do this or that, but all that we were together was for the actual
driving.
The drive. So I would
That's
just say
fair.
our first trip was after our honeymoon, in which got married, drove 2.5 hours to near Chicago, stayed in an Airbnb, and then drove another few hours next day to go to Chicago to fly out. And
that'll be another story for another day as well, because that's just a juicy story. We went to Barcelona, civil unrest, ended up in London, but we'll share that on a different day.
it was a trip.
It was a trip of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay, what would be one meal I could eat every day?
So you will quickly understand if we happen to talk about food topics, I guess, that P-Tay and diet are not necessarily they don't go hand in hand is her and diet. Like, so she doesn't really monitor what goes in her body, even though she maintains a very slim figure. But I would definitely say that you could eat pizza every single day.
I could.
And
I do love.
Not, and you wouldn't change physically at all.
Yeah.
And you would be the same exact person. And because I think that was probably similar to what your diet was in college. So
it was. What can I say?
But
college.
Probably pizza. I mean,
a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that's fair.
And right now, she's lately been on a Greek yogurt and granola trip. So
True.
She low-key addicted to it. Low key.
But yeah, because Sam, once we started like living together and stuff, Sam always got Greek yogurt, and I always thought Greek yogurt was like just not delicious ever. Like in my mind, it just was not like a food high on the list. And then one day Sam was like, just try it, baby, just try it. And I was like...
And this was a horrible mistake on my part.
Because then I tried it and I was like...
ran with it.
I ran with it with my whole life. I was like, this is delicious. This is nutritious. And on top of that, because it was Greek yogurt, in my mind I was like, and I'm eating healthy, even though it's not really that healthy. But anyway, so... Yeah, that's my new favorite thing to like take to work. I'll drive to work and take my Greek yogurt and granola. And then once I get to work, I'll like nibble. But anyways, yes, that's another one I probably eat. What is my worst habit? In the nicest way. I don't even know what you're going to say.
Wednesday has a tendency to...
I have no idea what he's going to say.
Leave things out that she has taken out.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's not that big of a deal, like, because...
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really fault her because I have many things that I have issues with myself that I'm working through. But she's in the kitchen, especially. She has a tendency to take stuff out and open it, even if it's perishable, and just leave it open.
I'm a type 7.
Enneagram.
And so in the Enneagram, so my mind is just like everywhere all the time. And so I think that kind of ties into this. But you're very correct, and it's something I'm really working on. But I will just I'll like eat cereal, and after I'm done eating cereal, like while I'm eating cereal, I'm like, what's the next thing I need to do? And like if it's in the morning, finishing getting ready or going to brush my teeth, like I'm thinking about that. So the moment I'm done with that last bite of cereal, I'm up and at it. So the next thing I'm like, I gotta brush my teeth. And then Sam's like, baby, you didn't even close the cereal. And I'm like, oopsies. Or like I'll leave the milk out, which is even worse because, again, a perishable item. But...
Or during like a Saturday, I guess the next thing must be Instagram, so...
Instagram? What do you mean?
I'm just saying that's usually the next thing you're doing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You got to get up and get on Instagram, and then everything else is forsaken. So.
Forsaken. Oh, that's fair. Okay. Oh, I like this question. What's my best habit?
I don't know. I like, as far as habits go, but I mean, something that I think P-Tay does a very good job at, especially, I mean, as far as relationally, in our marriage especially, is that when there are issues that I pronounce, that I say, hey, like I'm bothered by this, or this needs to happen, but and not always does she just right away take that and is just like, yeah, you're so right, like I'm gonna change. But no matter what I say, she's always gonna strive to correct that habit, in whatever it is.
Like leaving food out.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I know she's doing her absolute best to correct that, and sometimes I'm totally off, and it's not even a bad habit or something. It just kind of bothers me for whatever reason. So, but then she'll call me out on that or this. But that's something I really look up to her for, is that she really takes seriously constructive, God willing, is constructive criticism on my part. And that's something that I'm trying to get better at too, is just listen to her and just see what you want from me, and just kind of improve on that. But I don't know if that's really a habit. It's kind of just a thing about you. But I don't know. That's something I enjoy about you, or I look up to you for.
Thank you.
But yeah, I don't know if habit-wise, but...
Yeah. I think that works. Okay, I think that's the
You
last
like to
of
have a
the.
clean house. I like that.
Huh?
I said you like to have a clean house.
Yeah.
That's a good habit of yours.
Thank you. I'm not sure.
Even though I just said that she leaves stuff out and it's a clean house, so they kind of.
I'm messy, but I like to be clean at the same time. So I allow things to kind of like accumulate a little bit, and then after I'm like, I gotta be better, and then I'll clean up everything. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that as well. I think that's the last of the questions. Yay!
Wow, that was quick.
I know. Thank you. Okay, so, oops. So anyways, that's the end of our husband tag. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys.
Yeah.
We hope to be making more videos, so like and subscribe.
Yes.
But anyways, have a great day. Bye guys.